Stone Wizard here again. Let's continue the tree farm. Okay, so my audio was a little messed up, and yeah, it's not going to entirely link, so I just voiced over this for you guys, just so that I can explain what I'm doing. So, what we're going to do is actually connect the two sides, the leaf crushers, to the piston pushers. So from the bottom redstone lamp, we're going to go out 3 blocks, up a block, and then on the other side, going towards the front of the build, we're going to add another block. We're going to do this to create gaps and do this to every single one. So all the way up to the top, and we're just going to add in the blocks, and then we're going to add redstone dust to the blocks by the crushers for this side. This is on the right hand side facing forward. None of them will be allowed to link except for the top two, and that's by design. So then after we get that done, we're going to take our repeaters. We're going to place 3 repeaters and set them all to 4 ticks on every single block. Again, this is by design to allow for one, easy to memorize how to build it, and 2, for consistency purposes, because we all know Bedrock has consistency issues. So we're going to just continue placing the repeaters in and make sure they're all at 4 ticks. And I'm really sorry about the audio, because I always make sure that I have a good audio while I'm recording it. But apparently this one didn't go. So, when we're done here, we're going to go over to the other side and make it a lot easier with the other side. This side is the easy side. But with the way that we have that set up, and the side set up, it makes it easy on both sides, just when we have to add a little more delay. So, we got this side done. And now we're going to come over to this side, and off of the piston, we're going to place 5 blocks, going one past the edge of the wall, the edge of the first redstone. Then we're going to place a block by the redstone, and we're just pretty much going to shape it. We're going to continue going up, adding blocks right next to the redstone, and blocks blocking it off. The top one is going to also get connected like the previous one. We're going to bust out these blocks because they are unneeded. We're going to place redstone on all of these. And again, they all, except for the very top, will connect only downwards. The bottom one won't. So then we're going to take a repeater, place it on 2 ticks, and that one will be on 2 ticks, and these ones all will be on 4 ticks. So we have a 2-tick repeater and 5 4-tick repeaters, as is seen over there. So back over to the build, we are going to continue the pattern by adding in more of, I'm just going to pillar up just to make it fast, at least for me. And I'm going to bust out the blocks that I don't need. I'm going to put these all in and on 2 ticks. Now, in a moment, I'm actually going to only do a few of them because I wanted to show you guys how this worked. Again, I'm busting these blocks out because I don't need them. And unneeded blocks aren't necessarily useful. So, again, back to the piston, because we are pulling the power from the obsidian. And this delay here is the exact amount of delay for the other system too. So they are in sync. So then we're going to create the tower powering all of these, the log pushers. So we're going to add an extra slab. You don't have to use slabs. You can actually use glass. Okay. Then we're going to create a slab staircase. Like I said, you don't have to use slabs. You can use glass. You can use glowstone. I like slabs, so I'm using them. So so this is just making it easier for me to put them down. Except for that bottom one, has to be a solid block because we need power going to it. So we're gonna put redstone on all of it. As we go up, we're adding more and more redstone. So now it's going to power all the lines except for the very bottom one. I'm going to get a terracotta block, because a glazed terracotta, because yeah, I need to make sure that because I don't have the the pull out system yet. So we need to make sure that it moves, and the leaves would get crushed. In fact, let's actually just put some leaves in. Let's see here. Yeah, spruce leaves. I like spruce. Okay, so we're going to fill in everywhere that the leaves could grow and possibly get crushed. So I'm just going to fill it in. We don't have one of the, we are, like I said, all the leaves, most of these leaves will be getting crushed. So let's finish this up, throw leaves in, more and more leaves. Just to, like I said, this is just a demonstration. This is going to fill it up. And finish this level. Let's see here. And that's good enough. Okay, so now we are going to get our lever. We are going to activate the redstone there. That hold it for 3 seconds and turn it off. And that's just so that none of the blocks that we don't want to connect. And as you can see, the majority of them are broken. Now, these ones aren't broken because I forgot one little thing. Those ones aren't broken because we don't have that side wired up yet. That's there because we haven't pulled those out yet. There's only a few blocks that will remain. So let's clear up the leaves and let's activate that system. So we are going to come up here. We're going to grab some observers. Sorry about the fast movement. Mouse is a little wonky. And we're going to just place an observer right there. Right. Nope. Pull it out too. Yeah. I actually end up moving this out one because I need it higher up. You can actually leave it there and just finagle the redstone all the way there. And it will activate all those pistons, which then will leave you one row of uncrushed leaf blocks. So then all we have to do next is just make sure everything works, everything looks good. You can actually use powered rails if you must. And if you use a powered rail, you want to make sure that you put it on the a level below the obsidian. We're not going to, right, there's a, pretty much, you keep an observer on the same level as the obsidian, and above the obsidian you place, above the observer with the powered rail is where you place it, above the level of the obsidian. Well, I'll continue building that part up, and I know we'll be right back as soon as I get that done. So give me a moment. And I am going to be right back, and we'll get on to the other side of the system. Okay guys, I'm back, and as you can see I cleared out the area where the concrete was, where we had the 5x5 area. So now what we're going to do, like I said, is we're going to connect up these two systems together. But first we have to, well, connect the systems up. So I'm just going to place some temporary blocks here because I want to throw slabs underneath. And let's switch that out with the purple. Yeah. And then we're going to torch all this up. We're going to redstone all this up because that's what this is for. And redstone there. Now if I activate this lever and come out here, notice the piston's all extended out. This one actually did pulse because of how we have it. And we close it off. It's going to pull right back. Now, what we need to do is take that connected. Now we have to create the brain of the system. So, oh yeah, I need one sticky piston for this. So under here, we're going to place a sticky piston going upwards. We need a block under it because that's how that is. Now, I recommend just, instead of just sending them straight to the dropper over here, loop them around and send them through an item filter. Because then you will have your collection without any interfering. Okay, so let's pull those blocks out. Now, right here, we need to place a repeater set to 4 ticks, powering a block. This block can be any one you want. I'm just keeping it this one because it signifies that's part of a different circuit. But that's just a sheer appearance one. Most of these blocks aren't contained inside of a circuit or hidden. That's the only one. So we're going to go, and we need to create a hopper dropper monostable circuit here. So we're going to take our dropper, we're going to flip around, place you here, place a hopper, and we're going to just throw a random item in. I got 2 torches, so I'll just throw the torch. And then we're going to put a comparator into that. Now, the reason why we're doing this is because we are going to be pulling a signal through the log with this comparator determined from the because we're going to put a dropper here and a dropper here with a dispenser. Now, the whole point behind the dispenser here is if there's an item in it, and I'm just going to throw in the sticky piston, and we place a solid block, it's going to activate as soon as I remember to put the dust here. And then it's going to release the block, push these out. That's our start system. This will prevent blocks from, these slime blocks and anything from actually sticking because we don't want them in here close enough to stick to anything. So that's why we have to push it up one. So we'll just continue adding hoppers going around. So let's just add this line of hoppers here. Because like I said, it is sheer, over here is just appearance. That block there is just for appearance. We're going to send everything over around into a loop to create the droppers. But let's connect the major part of the system, this one. So we're going to come down here. We're going to just junction this out, 4-way junction. We'll break that because we don't need it. And now we need to create an old school pulse extender. So we're going to go here. We need a total of 3 pistons. There we go. We put dust all along here. Repeater set to 4 ticks. And we do it again and again. That's going to keep these powered for a while. So now we need to go up here. We need to power this with a repeater. You can leave it on default. 1 tick. And all we do is just staircase all the way up with an extra block there, and there we go. Now, let's get that. Oh, let's get some more glazed terracotta because I tossed the last one. Okay, so now that we have that set, if we come up here and take the glazed terracotta, because we're treating the glazed terracotta as a log without this being connected, because it will get pulled out. Pushes it and then leaves crush. And it's timed just enough that these get back before these even fire. So now we come over here. We will extend this out even more because we need the space. Okay, just build a bunch. Then we're going to place a block here, and a block up, and a block down. And here we're just going to have a line. 4 tick repeater here, 4 tick repeater here, dust here, and we don't want these connecting. Because then we're going to take our dropper, another one of our droppers, and we're going to set it right here. Because this is where we're standing. You can actually change this block to whatever you want. I'm going to change it to my building block because it is not as important. But yeah, and I'm going to keep that there. I'll explain the reasons later. Yeah, and all you have to do is cycle it through there. And yes, I know I can't see it right now, but we're going to do something to this. But we need to add a total of 4 repeaters here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 repeaters. Put blocks in front of them all. In fact, we're going to take out the blocks in between because we need a space. So from here we're going to run we're going to run redstone right next to it. I'll just leave those like that. We'll connect everything else up. In fact, actually we'll break those. Run dust along the sides of this. And then we're going to use we're going to have our sticky piston, because I forgot we needed an extra one. We're going to place it right in here with an observer. Going this way, pull out our purple block, our redstone block for this, which includes that. And all we're going to do is take it and put a 4 tick repeater here. Now what's going to happen is while this system is getting powered, this is going to push out, not doing anything. Until it gets depowered, then it's going to snap back in, powering this, which then we're going to utilize to power this, which I need to make sure that we have it powered by a repeater. There. That will be powered by a repeater. You can leave it on default. Like I said, this is the only part that gets spaghettied because it is literally just a loop around. Could have probably did a quick torch, little that, but it's still the same. Just get these up there. Now, you notice this line right here is only helping that. So we are actually going to continue utilizing this line, and we're going to block this off. We're going to add one here, and we are just going to now switch over to the purple. We are going to again connect this via repeater. You can leave that default. So we'll just do that. Power here, and there we go. Now, if any block gets placed in the center, I'm just going to utilize this pink concrete. We'll place it here. You notice it gets pushed up, pushed out. You grab it, pulls it, pushes it, and there we go. It is out of the system before the leaves get crushed. So let's break that and place you there. And then now, I would, at any point, you can add your hoppers to this. Just make sure you're not sending hoppers directly into there, and we're not going to run hoppers back here. So what's going to happen is we're going to take a observer, power this dispenser and this dropper. We're going to come down and we're going to power this dropper off of whatever we do in this space. Well, in this space, we're going to take and put a observer. We're going to get a sticky piston again. And we're going to place that right there. This is not going to get powered. Well, it's not really going to matter if it gets powered or not. We could use a slab here. In fact, actually, I would feel it doesn't change it, but for some people it might. It might change how it operates. Normally on Java, if this was PS4 Java, I would actually have this up one higher. But that doesn't matter. So now we need to take power. We need to create a location for our, for our lever. So I'm just going to place a block here, and I'm going to get that. Because here's our walkway. It's narrow, yeah, I know. But we need to power that right there without powering anything else. So we're just going to do this. I'm going to put this here, put this here. We can't see, but we have a lever. Let me remove this because this is redstone, and this is going to be used with the light gray concrete. Alright, so now we got the light gray. And so this has to get powered. So we're going to just utilize this. We're going to flip the lever. It's going to lift us up. Then, because this is actually a tricky part, we're going to take torches. We are going to Place a torch here. We don't need the torch there. Leave back up. Block. Torch. Block. Block. And we're actually going to go down. And we are going to, in fact, actually, I would put it here instead. Just so that we can do that. Because now, I'm going to, we have nothing in there. I'm just going to grab a stack of bone meal. Instead of stack of bone meal. And I'm going to go to the bottom dropper. I'm going to place it in there. And now I'm going to come over here and we're going to activate the system. If you get stuck like that, all you have to do is push forward. We'll just we'll just leave that there. We'll remove these. If you notice, we're getting bone meal in it. And this is only coming from the bottom dropper. And no bone meal is wasted as long as you're not having anything in there. So let's just do a quick... There. Now I'm sitting here and I just have to have a slab. Let's just pop this in here. A slab right there. So while standing here, all I have to do is just look at that slab. Because if I'm looking at the ground, I can actually hit the hopper behind it. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to just place. So, and then you can, if we do this, you still can see the lever. And we're done with that. Now, through the tunnel. Now, we're going to do what I like to call the termination point. Basically, what happens is when this fires, it's going to completely stop the use of bone meal until after these fire. So, we're going to come back down here. We're going to add a repeater. And right here, we're going to add a simple dropper RS no latch with a comparator, pulling a block, powering that. So that's always powered, and then when it's done, when it goes off, it's going to pull it out. And this is why you have to wait for it to finish its cycle before you turn it off. So, all we have to do is just put an item in here. I'm just going to throw that torch. And all we have to do is power that block. So, repeater, dust, done. Now we have to wait for this to finish its cycle. So we're going to place a sticky piston, and this is why we're using solid blocks here. And we need to power this block right here. So we can just simply do that. We're done. It's powered. There is no it dropping off. So if I come up in here now, let's get myself a spruce sapling because it's what I like using. Walk up here, hit the lever, jump up because of how that is. It's going to bone meal it until it grows, and now it's not bone mealing anymore. And now it is. Alright, so like I said, it does get a good chunk of the leaves out. Why these ones aren't going, I have no idea. So we'll take a look at that, but there's nothing here. In fact, you can actually even have a slime block here. Just, yeah, let's go turn this off real fast. And let's do a quick diagnosis of what's wrong with those ones. Okay, so we've got, let's just redo this. We'll just use I just want to make sure, first off, looking at these, I got all their faces. Yes. And now, oh, we forgot to connect it. That's why. So, to connect this, all we have to do is, I'm just going to use the pink line again, is just get it up here. By any means necessary, it doesn't matter what signal strength you have, as long as it has a signal strength. There we go. That'll power that and break those leaves. Okay, there we go. All those leaves will now be broken. So if we place this here again, come down here, activate, because we get shunted. We'll place it, and as you can see, now this corner will be the only one that has it, and there, too wide. So I'm going to sit right here. I'm going to climb up here, based around how much leaves it goes. Now the system is actually done. You can now figure out how you're going to store these logs till you can use them, dispose of them, break them, whatever, whatever you want to do with them. But yeah, and then, oh yeah, the one little thing though is we need to create a line for the bone meal. Now, the nice thing about this is we go here, 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 and then just come out one more, and then just go wherever to set up for your bone meal. You don't even now you can actually have it at the entrance over here, but wherever you put it, it's up to you. So, yeah, I'm going to grab this. So you guys, I hope hopefully this video is quite useful for you guys. But this is the Redstone Wizard. Enjoy building.